This is the National News Desk, America's News Now. I'm Ameera David, and tonight, post-Milton recovery has begun in Florida after tearing through the state. At least 12 people have died as the storm left an impact of destruction with more than 3 million customers without power. But even before the eye came crashing through, as many as 150 tornadoes spawned by the storm touched down in Florida. In St. Lucie County on the East Coast, at least 5 people are dead as several twisters ripped the county apart in a very short amount of time.
6 different tornadoes touched down in a matter of 20 minutes. Our EOC reported that there were 17 confirmed tornadoes in St. Lucie County. I can't think of a time where we had 1 confirmed tornado, much less that many of them in that short of a period, in that high contact. It's just, northern St. Lucie County is just devastated.
And you can see here one of the tornadoes totally destroyed a parking structure at the sheriff's facility in St. Lucie. Eyewitnesses say the 10,000 square foot building came down in seconds as it was struck. And throughout the night, Milton brought tremendous rains. Some areas near St. Petersburg received as much as 18 inches of rain in as little as 3 hours. This is a look at Hillsborough County, just east of Tampa. Streets completely underwater, and the heaviest rains crossed the entire state all the way to Orlando, where residents there woke up this morning to see some of their roads completely impassable as well. And we do want to go live to Orlando right now. Gracie Johnson tracking the recovery efforts underway there. She's joining us now. Gracie, what's the response been like?
Yes, so really like what you said, the flooding is the big thing that we're seeing in most of the areas we've traveled in Orlando today. This road here, you can see it's receded a lot since we first got out here today, but I'm in about ankle deep water right now. If I were to walk to the deepest part of it, which I was in earlier, it would be right about at the top of my rain boots. But like you said, a lot of people are experiencing this. I spoke with some business owners earlier today in this area. They say that they're used to the rain in this area when hurricanes come through here, but they haven't seen this significant amount of rain in about 2 years.
Wow. Yeah, we can only imagine. So many businesses impacted here, some underwater completely. And we're talking about the livelihoods of families, not just their homes, their businesses. Is there an idea of how those business owners will move forward?
Yes, so I was able to speak with one family-owned business. They had about 23 factories across the state of Florida alone. They told me that their Orlando business was actually hit the hardest. They do have a location in Tampa, but they said that Orlando was flooded more than any of their other locations. They were working today while we were there to get that cleaned up, and they are anticipating, with fingers crossed, to reopen tomorrow. That is, if they get the water under control there.
Fingers crossed. Certainly our prayers are with all of the folks in that area. Thank you so much, Gracie, for that live report. And even as Milton moves further off the coast into the Atlantic Ocean, the back half of the storm still pushing water levels towards the beach. And we want to give you a live look over St. Augustine, where storm surge is still reaching at least 3 feet above ground level. Elevated surge levels have been felt today all the way north to South Carolina. On the west coast of Florida, a live look at downtown St. Petersburg, where a boil water notice is in effect for the city right now. A water main there broke last night. Officials say water pressure is low, so that's how the break happened, but they're working on pressurizing that system to return water service to normal. But as bad as the storm was, Governor Ron DeSantis said they got lucky. It wasn't much worse.
And what we can say is the storm was significant, but thankfully this was not the worst case scenario. The storm did weaken before landfall, and the storm surge, as initially reported, has not been as significant overall as what was observed for Hurricane Helene.
So not a worst case scenario, but it was still a tremendously strong storm. This is a look at Punta Gorda, Florida this morning. Several boats thrown completely onto land as Milton struck with sustained winds of at least 120 miles per hour. Also, take a look at this. The roof of the Tropicana Field, the home of Major League Baseball's Tampa Bay Rays, completely torn off the stadium. This is significant because Tropicana Field is often a staging area for crews responding to weather events. Luckily, no one was inside the venue at the time. No injuries reported. As for power outages, well, at its height today, we saw 3.5 million customers in Florida without power. Crews working hard to restore power throughout the day, but we still know that 3 million customers are without power across the Sunshine State. And let's not forget North Carolina and Georgia, where 59,000 and 33,000 customers respectively are also without power in their states as they continue to recover from Helene that hit just about a week ago. And stay with us as we continue to track developments in the aftermath of Milton throughout the night for you. We're going to have coverage both on air and online at thenationaldesk.com.